Nice.
I always give you an update on walking the dogs and how that went. This evening, the dogs did not like the wet weather, and they came back and they were pretty muddy, and it was not a good evening for dog walking. But other than that, we're excited for this evening. As you know, every 2 weeks, a couple times a month, we focus on a different supplier and a different geography. We're very excited this evening to have Perillo Tours with us. We're also very excited to be talking about Europe. In the past several months, we've focused on more domestic travel, and I think with the vaccinations moving forward and improving in the United States, I think it's really time to start talking about Europe. So we're excited to have Perillo Tours with us. This evening we have two presenters. We have Mina Chilemi. Mina is our Director of Sales and Marketing with Perillo Tours. She's in the Midwest. She's from the Chicago area. And then we have Steve Perillo with us. And Steve, I'm not sure, I believe you're in New Jersey now, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in a town called Saddle River, New Jersey. It's about a half hour from Times Square in New York City. So that's where I'm at, and it's a beautiful spring day in New Jersey.
Beautiful. So we have Mina and Steve with us. And I was thinking about tonight's presentation, and I was in Italy about a year and a half ago. And when I was in Rome, at the Trevi Fountain, I think there were probably 4,000 or 5,000 people at the Trevi Fountain that day. And when I was at the Colosseum, I think there might have been 15 or 20,000 people at the Coliseo. And I just cannot imagine those venues today, those beautiful venues in Rome, with nobody there. It really saddens me. But those were my thoughts as I was thinking about this evening. So I'm really excited to think about getting back to Italy and getting back to Rome and seeing the beautiful sights. So with that, I'm going to turn this over to Mina and Steve, and they'll introduce Perillo Tours to us and then talk about some exciting destinations. Mina, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dean. I am Mina, and that's a picture of me and a picture of the town that my family is from, Altomonte Cosenza. So, and it's considered one of the borghi più belli d'Italia. So it's one of the villages that has ancestral medieval times, and it's considered one of the villages that are most beautiful in Italy. So I'm proud of that. I was with, a little bit about me, I was with the Italian Tourist Board for 21 years in Chicago. So I was the go-between between Italian suppliers promoting tourism here to the Midwest and Midwest American buyers buying from Italy. So I've been the go-between for over 20 years, and I'm located in Naperville. As soon as the tourist office closed in 2018, I came straight over to Perillo Tours. I've been working with Steve all those years, his father as well. It is a company that I always wanted to associate my name with, and it's a pleasure to be with Perillo Tours and to continue to promote Italy here in the Midwest, but everywhere. And this is Steve. So Steve,
That's from 10 years ago, that picture. All right, I aged a little. And Romeo, my dog, Romeo, he's 2 years old yesterday. I gave him a chicken dinner, and we had a great time. I've been doing this my whole life. My grandfather came from Naples in 1925. He started the company in 1945. My father took over in 1975, and then I took over in 2005. And we're one of the last of the family. There's not that many family-owned tour operators left. Everyone's merged and coagulated into these big mega companies. But the fact that we're a specialist in Italy has really helped us and distinguished us from everybody else. We do a lot of, we do the world in certain degrees, but Italy is really our 80% of our business. It's our passion. And it's a lucky choice because people love it. And for a motor coach tour, there's nothing better than Italy because every city is 2 or 3 hours apart, so it's very easy to get around. So it's been a real gift, and everyone must go to Italy in their lifetime. Right, right, Mina? Is there any? There's no denying that.
And no, I agree 100%. I think Italy, you know, having worked with the Italian Tourist Board, having promoted it my whole life, Italy sells itself. So it's just a matter of who you're going to trust to get you there. So I think we're gonna show a video as to why you should trust Allied Travel to get you there with Perillo Tours. You ready for that one, Steve?
We're going to play a quick Perillo Tour story.
Yeah, let's talk about the history. Hold on.
Here comes the set. Here.
The story of Perillo Tours. 3 generations of leadership, innovation, and experience since 1945. The story of Perillo Tours begins with Joseph Perillo, an Italian attorney who immigrated to the United States in 1925. 20 years later, Joseph founded a small company in a modest storefront in the Bronx under the 3rd Avenue L train in a section they still call Little Italy. Joseph Perillo started his company to satisfy the growing needs of the large immigrant population, especially Italian Americans, who settled in America after World War II. At the start, the agency was an ethnic Italian travel agency, as well as a sort of community center of business and social services for the immigrant population. A daily menu of services would include immigration, translations, foreign exchange, food parcels to post-war Italy, and their mainstay service, steamship and later airline tickets for those who hungered to go back to their motherland. From this humble beginning, the company began to earn modest success by providing their customers with value, quality, and convenience, the distinguishing hallmarks of the first generation of Perillo leadership. About 6 months after Joseph Perillo opened shop, Mario Perillo, fresh out of the Air Force, joined his father in business. During the next 15 years, Mario worked with the company, graduated from New York Law School, and practiced law at the same Bronx location. His first taste of the travel future was the Catholic Holy Year, 1950. Under the spiritual leadership of Bishop Joseph Pernicone, Mario gathered a group of 200 parishioners from Our Lady of Mount Carmel Church and sailed to Naples on the SS Atlantic in April 1950. One of the trip's main attractions was its trusted leaders, the Bishop and Mario, who provided comfort and security for the travelers, some of whom had never left the Bronx. In addition, the tours were all-inclusive, thus eliminating surprise expenses far away from home. These concepts, escorted and all-inclusive, were to become the hallmarks of Perillo's travel offerings and integral to their future success. During the next 15 years, Perillo Tours grew to be the largest Italian ethnic agency in New York City, and consequently, the nation. During this period, Italian radio stations rang out with the Perillo slogan,
Viaggia con Perillo, viaggia sempre tranquillo.
when you travel with Perillo, you travel in tranquility. All the while, Mario Perillo was learning important lessons that would serve the company well into the future. Most importantly, the comfort and convenience of an all-inclusive tour. Mario, like his father before him, felt very strongly about Perillo's ability to provide extraordinary value to its customers, and he wanted to tell the world about it. He was an innovative marketer and an early adopter of modern marketing tools, embracing newspaper, radio, and television to deliver his unique message to customers.
Let Mario take care of everything. You relax, sit back, see the sights.
In the mid-1970s, Perillo Tours closed down all retail operations to become a wholesaler to Italy and eventually other popular travel destinations as well. That marked the beginning of a long period where travel agents across the United States became a trusted partner to Perillo Tours, making the company synonymous with travel to Italy. Perillo grew quickly during this period and moved its operation from the Bronx to Pearl River, New York. Over the next 20 years, Perillo chartered as many as 60 747s per year from Pan Am, far more than any other company, to support growing demand for their popular 14-day escorted tours to Italy. Perillo was consistently Pan Am's largest customer in the world. Perillo became and remains today the largest escorted tour operator to Italy in the USA. To date, over 1 million people have traveled with Perillo Tours. Mario continued to perfect his tour packages. In his first major expansion outside of Italy in 1985, Perillo made an historic arrangement with the Paradise Island Resort and Casino in the Bahamas for a series of all-inclusive vacation tours. To call it a success is an understatement. Over 10,000 customers booked in the first 100 days. This success led to the creation of a Club Perillo aboard the Costa Riviera in the Caribbean, another in St. Martin, as well as an all-inclusive, all-escorted vacation package to Hawaii. In 1988, Perillo Tours moved its headquarters from Pearl River, New York, to its current location, Woodcliff Lake, New Jersey. Over the years, Mario Perillo achieved celebrity status, becoming known as Mr. Italy. His ubiquitous TV commercials, print and radio advertisements, and his personal image were seen nationally by tens of millions of people throughout the United States. Mario had personal contact with many of the world's most prominent leaders of the day, including Pope John Paul II, Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and many more. Toward the sunset of his career, Mario, Mr. Italy, became a celebrity brand unto himself. This was best epitomized when Domino's Pizza invited Mario to become their advertising spokesperson for a series of television commercials, his first advertising foray outside of the travel industry.
Mario Perillo here, taking you to Italy with Domino's new Italian Originals Chicken Grill Pizza. Travel with me, Mr. Italy, through tender chicken marinated in a medley of Italian spices. Meander through slice after slice of Tuscany with seasoned onions. Marvel at the colors of the peppers, red, yellow, and green. You'll have a wonderful time. Call now for Domino's new Italian Original Chicken Grill Pizza. This promises to be the pie of a lifetime.
Today, Mario's son, Steve Perillo, drives the third generation of family leadership, maintaining Perillo's preeminent position in the travel industry. Steve began as marketing director for Perillo Tours and assisted his father with advertising. But eventually, Steve worked in every phase of the family business. He was instrumental in helping make Perillo's expansion to new travel destinations like the Caribbean, Hawaii, Spain, and Europe a big success. In 1997, Steve became president of Perillo Tours, and in 2003, he became CEO. Like his father, Steve is a visionary businessman and innovative marketer. He recognized the power and reach of the internet long before his competitors, and pioneered its application and integration into Perillo Tours in the late 1990s, including features such as online booking and electronic brochures. This DVD is yet another Steve innovation.
I love our brochures and I love the internet, but I wanted something more. I wanted something that customers could view in the convenience and comfort of their own living room. Something that would give them an emotional sense of what Italy and Perillo has to offer.
As Steve moves the company in innovative new directions, he continues to deliver deluxe, fully escorted adventures that are the most elegant, carefree, and affordable ways for consumers to travel to Italy and beyond. He works hard to fulfill the Perillo promise of taking customers in comfort to the world's largest cities and smallest hill towns, always escorted by the finest, most knowledgeable, and experienced tour directors in the world. Tour directors who not only become your traveling companions, but often friends for life. Like his grandfather and father before him, Steve is leading the third generation of Perillo tours into the future. Today's traveler is smarter, more adventurous, and more demanding than ever. They want a quality tour. They want to experience the authenticity of a country like Italy. And they want to something about themselves while they travel.
We live in a modern, stress-filled world. But when you travel, you should feel suspended by history, afloat in architecture, comforted by our fine tour guides, and alive in the moment of another culture. This is the real pleasure and passion of traveling. This is what I strive to deliver through Perillo Tours as the third-generation leader and keeper of the Perillo name.
Perillo Tours, 3 generations of leadership, innovation, and experience since 1945.
Okay,
Thank you, Gina.
Mina.
Mina. Gina was the last rep from Chicago.
Right, we were joking around about that. So when I worked for the tourist board, there was a Mina, Gina, Pina. There's a bunch of Inas. So, so that's a little history about Perillo Tours. And I don't know about you guys, but I loved seeing Italy and the gondola and the food in Italy. Right, Steve?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go into a little bit about our tours. This is our office in New Jersey. And that, Steve, is that your red car right there? I just noticed it. I've been doing this presentation for 3 years and I just noticed it now.
So Tesla.
Yes, yes. So that's our office in New Jersey, and this is our US staff. This is our ground operator. So one thing about Perillo Tours, not only we've been doing this for 75 years, the escorted tours, we have someone, Masari Travel, that is there for us 24/7. So when you're in Italy, peace of mind, this is the staff you'll be dealing with. They've been doing it for 35 years, and you have someone there on ground. Airfare. We have contracted air with most major airlines. And with our airfare, you pay at your leisure. It's due 60 days prior to departure. You earn your miles, seat requests, everything is done for you. All of our tours don't include air, but we can do it for you. This is some fun information, some 10 reasons to go Perillo. So like I said, we've been doing all-inclusive for 75 years. We have smaller group sizes. Typically, we max out at 40, but during these times, we're going to go even below that, especially in 2021. Our motor coaches have a lot of leg room. We have Wi-Fi on board. All of our hotels are centrally located in first class and deluxe properties. This is super important because when you're on the tour and you have downtime, you're centrally located. So you can go and visit things on your own. So that's huge to take into consideration. We have contracted rates too with these hotels. So you get a better deal doing the escorted tour. We have unmatched, authentic Italian meals on all of our tours. We visit vineyards. Airport transfers are all included, baggage handling. And as you saw in the video too, we have the best tour guides, English speaking. We've been doing some online virtual tours lately, and some of the tour guides were telling me things that I didn't even know. So we really do have excellent tour guides, and we also offer customized itineraries. This is our 2021 all-inclusive classic tours. And these are our classic tours. They're not going to change much for 2022, and we will have the brochures for that shortly, and we'll put them on the Allied Travel landing page. But this is just an example of our classic tours. We have a North Continental where you can dine on your own, and you can do the major attractions. So Venice, Florence, Sorrento, and Rome, but then none of the meals are included. You do that all on your own, but the price point is lower. Our North Classic is an excellent tour. It encompasses pretty much all the major spots and in 14 days. I'd say that our most popular is probably the Vesuvius tour and the Marco Polo tour. And those are the, you know, Rome, Florence, Venice, Vesuvius to Sorrento. Those, whenever clients would come to us and ask, where should I go first? I always say, do a classic tour. Just do Rome, Florence, and Venice. Have someone take you around so you can see everything, and then extend and do things on your own. So these are just some of our classic tours where you can do that. The South in Sicily is if you've already been to different places and you want to see the Amalfi Coast in Sicily, it's a great way to see and see everything in one trip. These are some of our Italy city pairs. These are nice too if you don't have a lot of time and you want to see Rome and Tuscany in 9 days, Rome and the Amalfi Coast in 9 days. You can always extend on these as well. So you can do the Rome and Tuscany, but then go into Venice, and we'll plan that for you as well. First class and deluxe hotels. So with this, I'm going to stress, these are the kind of hotels we use. When in Italy and when in Europe, you want to stay at 4- and 5-star hotels because the star ranking is different than it is in the US. We do have a category on all of our escorted tours. You're staying in first class and deluxe hotels. And if you start to price match and see if you get these hotels on your own and try to piece the tour together, you'll notice what an extreme value you're getting on these escorted tours because these hotels are fantastic. They're centrally located and you're getting it within your tour. Dining, we are Italian, so we are going to feed you well. You get a bottle of wine per couple, antipasto, and then pasta is the primo in Italy. So you're going to always have pasta with your meals as the first dish. We call it the primo. And then you're going to have a choice of 3 entrees, which is the meat or fish, which is the secondo, and vegetables, salad, dessert, and coffee. So you will definitely be fed well when traveling with us. This is Tenuta Torciano, and that is Pierluigi. He's been doing cooking classes and he's been doing it virtually now that during COVID, but he is a fantastic tour guide. He'll show you around. This winery is featured on most of our tours, but you can customize it if you want to do it on your own as well with us. This is an idea of what our customers, it's all ages. There's a stigma sometimes with escorted tours that it's senior citizens, but as you can see here, there's people of all ages. And really, you become friends with everyone that you travel with. So it's a great way to see Italy or to see wherever you're going. This is Hawaii. So I have been promoting Italy my whole adult life. And when I came over to Perillo, Steve said, you have to do Hawaii. And of course, he had to twist my arm. But I went and took this tour, and this is a fantastic all-inclusive tour that takes you, it kind of combines the best of both worlds. People would say to me, well, why would I do Hawaii all-inclusive? And quite honestly, I thought the same myself because I have been to Hawaii a few times and I never thought to do a tour. But this is really, it gives you the ability to see everything you have to do. It's all taken care of, but then you're relaxed and you could do whatever it is that you want to do on your own. We have a 7-day tour, a 10-day tour, and then an extension to the Big Island. These are the hotels that we use. These are deluxe oceanfront. All of Perillo customers have oceanfront views. So, and these are the hotels that we use on all of our tours. That Kauai Grand Hyatt is phenomenal. So, all-inclusive, what does that mean? You get a flat price throughout the year. And when I was on the tour, I had a client, and they didn't know that I was with Perillo. He was kind of adding up as we went along every day, like, okay, what would this cost if I did it on my own? And I think by day 6, he'd already made up his money. This tour includes all your inter-island flights, your resort fees, deluxe oceanfront views, you're in centrally located areas, breakfast. Breakfast is included every day, and a la carte dining. What does that mean? It means that you tell your tour guide on several of the dinners, you tell your tour guide, I'm going to dine at 7 o'clock. If you're there with your significant other, you go to dinner at 7 o'clock and you get a bottle of wine, you get steak, lobster, it's all included, even tips. So it is a phenomenal deal. And everything is included, but you have a relaxed feel on this tour. I was really, I have to say, I was blown away by our Hawaii, and it's done Italian style, I would say. This is our Spain, and I'm going to let Steve talk about Spain because I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to do this next once we are able to get in there.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Good. Spain, I'm discovering it with my customers. Me and my nephew Devin, who's going to be the fourth generation of our company, the fourth generation, spent 2 years going over this trip. It's deluxe. It's going to be about 5,000 person, 10,000 a couple. It's a deluxe tour, 13 days, 11, 12 nights, and it's the best of everything. Madrid, Cordoba, Granada, Seville, Barcelona. The thing about Spain is the horse culture, the olive oil, the wine, the paella, and the Persian culture is huge. You know, it's the Arab culture, but their mosques and their buildings are just amazing. And the thing I learned in Spain was olive oil and how to treat olive oil like we go for wine tastings. We go for olive oil tastings in Spain. And Spain supplies Greece and Italy with most of their raw olive oil, and they process it. That's what Spain says, anyway, to me. So it's an amazing experience. Even a cooking class where you learn to make paella, which is not as hard as it sounds. Andalusia is the southern part of Spain where they have the horse culture, and they have these great dressage, which is an Olympic sport, these dressage shows for horses. And this is all Spain, and it ends with a flamenco night, which you'll never forget for the rest of your life. And it's the ultimate tour of Spain. I spent years on this, and I want your clients to give it a try.
And that's the itinerary there.
Yep.
And these are the hotels.
They're deluxe hotels. The Granada Hotel Palacio, that style of hotel is called a patio, where the courtyard is in the center of the hotel. The Spanish invented the courtyard pretty much, and so that's an example of that. The hotels are gorgeous. They're just gorgeous, and they're the best in every town.
And again, they're centrally located again, so that's always nice when you have downtime. You can walk around.
Yep.
This is some information about the 2020 safety protocols. So 2021, obviously things are going to be different in Italy and wherever we go. So these are just some of the protocols that are in place right now. We're not in Italy yet. Spain, we did get good news that we might be June 2nd, which is Italy's National Day. So hoping for that. But there will be a lot of safety protocols in place, so you know. And we want you to feel safe, and Italy wants you to feel safe as well. This is Italy Vacations. Italy Vacations is the custom department of Perillo. And what it is A to Z Italy. It's anything you can dream of, we will plan it for you. So it's completely custom. Italy Vacations deals with small groups of up to 10 people. And new for 2021, if you are doing Italy, we'll also plan any European country for you. So that's great because we can be your one-stop shop. If you want to do Italy and Paris, we can do that for you as well. Services, again, A to Z. We do airline tickets, train tickets, car rental, hotels, villas, private transfers, culinary and wine tours. We do destination weddings. We have a large selection of day tours and excursions you can do. We do small hosted group tours. One thing I always tell people, I know a lot of people want to do Italy on their own, which is completely understandable. But I always say, you know, get your transfers, get your day tours and your excursions planned in advance. And we can do just that. So if you already have a hotel, if you already have your air, we can do the train tickets, we can do the car rental, we can do just the day tours. As long as you spend within $1,000, we'll take care of anything that you need. So I get this question a lot, and personally, I used to take the train here in Chicago. Taking a train in Italy, there's no comparison. You can see the countryside from the train. It is a fantastic way to see all of Italy. And I just want to show some sample train times. You can get from Venice to Florence in about 2 hours, from Florence to Rome in 1 hour and 35 minutes. It is a fantastic way to travel in Italy, and it's comfortable. So this is a difference. I always like to show these because people, when you're booking a train, you don't know, well, what is business and what does executive class look like? That's what it looks like. So executive class, it is a heftier price. So for example, I'm comparing Rome to Florence. That's $200 for executive and $80 for business. There's also just regular, which is premium, and standard. Now this price difference here is very low. You can go from Rome to Florence with premium for $70. It's $55 for standard. I always opted for premium. So it's a great way to travel. Again, here, safety protocols. The trains will be daily disinfectant. There's going to be a lot of sanitizing taking place, no matter where you go. They have enhanced hygiene and sanitation processes, the trains and the train stations. Rental cars. So this is a question we get a lot. Should I rent a car? If you are traveling in the Italian countryside, if you're going to Tuscany, or if you're renting a villa, you do need a car. And we do offer car rentals. There's, you know, you do really, all you need is a translation of your driver's license. You can get that at any AAA, but we can do just the car rental for you as well. And this is another way to travel. Private chauffeur drivers. And I did this for my parents when they went to Rome, and I sent them to Rome and Umbria. It's just an easy way to get around and to just do it in a day. This is another way to just do a day trip. You can get a private chauffeur and they can drive you around for a day. We have deluxe Mercedes class vehicles that you can pick from. Kind of treat yourself when you go to Italy. I mean, we've been all home saving money, so private villa stays. This will be big in 2022 and 2021. One thing I've been telling clients is that, you know, get your bookings in there, because I think once Italy opens up, there's going to be a lot of competition to get the room that you want, to get the villa that you want. These are sample packages. So again, with Italy Vacations, we'll customize whatever you want, but we're experts. So we can give you some ideas. Our most popular, obviously, is the 3 Crowns of Italy, and you can do Rome, Florence, and Venice. You can do the Sparkles of Sicily, and you can see different areas of Sicily. Hidden Treasures of Milan and Verona. These are just samples. We will do whatever you want. Keep in mind when you're doing custom, one thing with the escorted tour is everything is put together. The price point is much lower. One thing with our Italy Vacations, again, is you can ask for a 4-star moderate hotel. We do have those where the price points are lower, but these are just some examples. Culinary experiences in Italy are to die for. You have to do a cooking class, a food and wine tour. There's so much to see and do. So why travel? Why book through Allied Travel and Italy Vacations? We are 100% custom made, and we will go around whatever your budget is. So if you tell Dean, you know, I want this budget, we will make sure you're within your budget, but we have the expert knowledge. So we've handpicked these hotels, the guides, the drivers. We know everything that we are selling you. And then peace of mind, we're fully protected. Like I showed you, our team is in Italy. So you will always have emergency care in Italy. Payment. So one great thing with us is that, first of all, Steve has been so great with everyone during the pandemic. You know, it's a family-owned business, so when people wanted a refund, he was more than generous and just gave them back refunds. One thing that we are implementing during this time, I know it's kind of everyone's up in the air, they don't know what to do. With us, you just need a $350 per person deposit. And then final payment is not due until 60 days prior. And one nice thing is you can cancel for any reason 60 days prior and get a full refund. And during 2021, you know, we're flexible. Obviously, if we can't get in, we are flexible. We hope that you change your mind and book with us again, but we are flexible and we want you to feel comfortable. So this is a nice time to book. And like I said, book now, because once everyone's in, you're not going to be able to find things. So it's a good peace of mind to know you can cancel if you need to. Another thing we do and is group travel. So if you have a family and friends group, who doesn't want to go to Italy or do a family and friends group right now? You can do that we will do different countries in the Mediterranean. We'll do Hawaii. We do faith-based journeys. If you have a high school group, a college group, you know, the one thing is we've all been kind of cooped up, and once we're out, we want to just travel, and we want to travel with our people, and that's something to look into for group travel. So we'll do whatever it is that you want. We do conferences, anything that you need, we can take care of. Another thing to point out too, Steve, which I didn't point out before, is that with in 2021, we will be doing escorted tours. Our escorted tours, if you have anywhere from 12 to 16 people, reach out to us for a date. You can have the whole tour to yourself, which is pretty extraordinary. And that's about it. This is a little, we had a skit, Adam Sandler did a skit about Perillo tours. So I can send this to everyone. You know, I don't want to keep everyone, but I can send it to you guys. It's funny. It talks about Italy, but it talks about traveling in Italy. That's it. That's us. So Dean, do you have, do we have any questions or anything we want to add?
Yeah, I have some comments to add, Mina, but in the meantime, what is the process for answering questions if people have them? Do they submit those, is there a box to submit those in, or do you unmute them, or how does that?
Yes, I'm looking right now. I don't show any questions right now. So if anyone has a questions, there is a box that they can submit questions.
Okay, so if you have questions, please submit those, and Mina and Steve and I will do our best to answer them. What I want to really encourage everyone to do is that, you know, we've been at home now for 13 or 14 months, and we've been cooped up, and the window of opportunity for booking Europe really is people start the process about a year in advance. So we're perfect for starting to plan for the spring and summer of 2022. And as Mina said, since Europe has pretty much been closed for 2 years, the demand is going to be huge. And you're going to want to make your plans in advance to get the least expensive airspace. And you're going to want to make your plans in advance to get the very best hotels. And I really can't emphasize that enough. We're seeing it with Hawaii. We're seeing it with many destinations, and there's a huge amount of pent-up demand out there. So I would encourage you to start thinking about that. Right now, we've been cooped up, and we certainly have not been thinking about that. Mina, are there any questions, Dean?
No, I reiterate what you're saying. I agree 100%. I think once everything's open, you know, you want to, it's peace of mind because you could get a refund if you want to. So just get your bookings in there and have something to look forward to. That's my thought.
Great, Mina, thank you very much. Well, with that, I will talk a little bit about what's going on next week with our Ally Travel webinars. But as some of you may know, several of the major cruise lines have announced a return to sail in June. And the Royal Caribbean is one of those. They'll be sailing from the Caribbean and not from the 48 states. But next week we have with us Abe Hughes with Royal Caribbean, and we're going to be excited to share that information with you. So next Thursday night at 7 p.m. We'll be talking about Royal Caribbean. Also, as many of you know, you can go to our website, allytravel.com. You can click on the events tab. on the events tab, we do have all of our past webinars stored there. So tonight, Mina is recording this webinar. If you would like to see it again tomorrow or later this week, it will be posted on our website. In addition to that, as many of you know, we do have our virtual passport. We do have a password that we announce at every webinar. I will tell you, we just ended the webinar series last week, 2 weeks ago, excuse me. And Barbara Merrill was she did submit the winning virtual passport application, and she did win the Allied Travel gift certificate. I'm not sure if Barb and Bob are on this evening, but congratulations to them. The password this evening is April Showers. That's very appropriate for tonight. So again, the password for our virtual passport series is April Showers. With that, Mina, any closing comments, any questions? Steve, any comments that you'd like to make?
I do have some
Go ahead,
questions
Mina.
here.
Go ahead, Mina.
Yes, I do. I just got a question. Is there a tour for Amalfi and Como? So there's not one for exactly Amalfi, just Amalfi and Como, but we can create one. And the other question is the cost on Hawaii. The cost on Hawaii for our 7 days starts at $29.95. It's a flat rate, and it goes from $29.95 to about $4,000. And there's different prices from the 7-day, 10-day, and then the extensions are about $1,500.
And Mina, is that with air or is that land only?
No, all of our tours are not with air. And
Correct.
you know, maybe unmute everyone in case there are any other questions. I can unmute.
Sure, go ahead and do that. Good.
All right. If anybody has any questions, they can talk as well. But I did see those questions. If I answered those, or if anyone has another question, please feel free.